on your dial at 91.1 FM and online at wcyt.org. It's time for the action of Homestead Spartan Athletics.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Homestead High School for tonight's matchup featuring the 8-9 Northrop Bruins, who are coached by Rod Chamble, who is in his 5th season at the school, and the 11-5 Homestead Spartans, who are coached by Chris Johnson, who is in his 21st season at Homestead. Hello once again, everyone. I'm Donnie Harmon, joined alongside Brayden Carroll. We'll be joined by color commentator Matt Salfrank and sideline reporter Ashton Hackman a little later on in the broadcast. Right now, we're just about 15 minutes away from tip-off. But at this time, let's start with the Casa Restaurante pregame show. Brayden, looking at the last time we saw Homestead, they lost 43-36 against the number 1 ranked team at the time, the Lawrence North Wildcats.
And they may have lost that game, but there isn't many negatives to take away from the Spartans. It was just a defensive game with a lot of drama. I mean, Goody put up 14 for Homestead, which was high for the team, and Grinsfelder got himself 9 hard-earned points. I mean, the team only had 7 turnovers and 11 fouls, getting themselves a clean game. But the one dirty part about that game was three-point shooting. The Spartans went 2 of 16 from beyond. Just a tough Wildcat team with lots of height. Were able to get strong finishes on fast breaks after fast breaks, and that ended up being the sealer. After a minute, was shaved off to slow the Homestead team down and give Lawrence North the push they needed to pull away late and win that affair.
Welcome back to the Homestead basketball pregame show. I'm now joined by Homestead Spartan head basketball coach Chris Johnson. Coach, looking at the last time your team played, you lost 43-36 against a Lawrence North team that was ranked first in the state at the time. What are your takeaways from your team's performance?
Well, I thought for 29 minutes, we played pretty good basketball. You know, it's a basket here or there. It's a turnover here or there, and it's making your free throws. And if you do that, and we've got the lead going into the last 5 minutes, we're not in that situation then. But, you know, a lot of good takeaways from that game. I thought our kids played hard defensively. Offensively we struggled, but give them credit for, what they were doing and, making us take tough shots. But it shows that, we can compete at a high level. We just have to do the little things to get us over that hump.
And despite losing the game, how happy were you with the defensive performance in that game, holding a dynamic offense to under 45 points?
Well, very pleased with how our kids played. I think they came out, they played hard. We played smart. We kept them in front of us for the most part.
Homestead down 8-4, 5 seconds left in the first. Northrop in a press. Rodenbush inbounds to Kolping, 4 seconds, 3 across half court, 2 seconds. Leaper right wing 3 at the buzzer. Yes! Andrew Leaper hits the shot. Homestead at the end of 1 trails 8-7, and we'll go down to our sideline correspondent Ashton Hackman, who's with Coach Chris Johnson.
All right, thank you, Donnie. I'm joined with head coach Chris Johnson. And Coach, off to a bit of a tough start. We've seen some open shots just not going in. What does your team need to do to put some points on the board?
Well, we're struggling offensively. Defensively, I think we're doing a good job, but we're just struggling hitting shots, so hopefully we can get that taken care of.
All right, thank you, Coach. Donnie, back to you.
Thank you, Ashton. At the end of the first quarter, Homestead down 8-7. Big shot from Andrew Leaper to give the Spartans some momentum heading into the second quarter, though.
Yeah, definitely Homestead. Probably one of the worst quarters of the season in terms of scoring the ball. They had 2 points for about 6.5 minutes. Were able to put up 5, and really the last minute and a half or so, the Spartans, they played well in the final 90 seconds of that first quarter, but both teams really struggling to shoot the ball.
His pass deflected away by Simmons. Rodenbush steals at Homestead. Other end, 25 seconds to Simmons underneath the basket. Reverse layup in and out. Rebound pulled down by Ridley. Other end for Northrop. 18 seconds into the paint. Layup up and in to Noah Ridley. The 2. Northrop up by 2. 10 seconds left in the second. Homestead ball. Goody, 7 seconds across half court. 5 seconds, top of the key. Goody puts it behind his back. Left elbow. Step back Jay. In and out. Simmons tipping at the buzzer. No, at the end of the first half, your score is Northrop 27, Homestead 25. Bruins up by 2 at the break. Our sideline correspondent Ashton Hackman down on the sideline with Coach Johnson.
All right, thank you, Donnie. I'm joined once again with head coach Chris Johnson. And Coach, offense holding on this second quarter. What are you going to tell the team at halftime to come off with a conference victory tonight?
Well, we got to keep them out of the paint as far as their penetration. Make sure we're giving them only one shot. And then offensively, we did a lot better that second half, but we're giving up too many points now.
All right, thank you, Coach. Donnie, back to you.
Thank you, Ashton. At halftime, Homestead down 27-25. Matt, what are your takeaways from that first half of play?
Definitely a tale of 2 quarters. In that first period of action, 15 total points scored between both teams. Northrop led 8-7, And in that second quarter, Northrop outscored Homestead 19-18. So the offense has definitely picked up a lot in that second quarter.
Other end, Pettis takes it to the basket, and he's fouled on the way up. Waylon Pettis will head to the line for 2 free throws. Northrop very aggressive right now. Homestead struggling to get stops.
Yeah, the defense has definitely slowed down for both teams. For the majority of that first quarter, both teams really struggled to score the ball, but since then it's been a lot of offense.
First free throw from Pettis, good. 15 points for Quaylen Pettis. Spartans of 55-51, 4:02 left in the fourth quarter. Second free throw coming for Quaylen Pettis, having a big game for the Bruins. This one up and in. Free throw shooting meant a big difference so far. Northrop's only missed about one. Homestead missed a lot at the line. Homestead ball. Some pressure from the Bruins. 4 minutes left in the fourth. Spartans up by 3. And Leeper just dribbled it off his leg out of bounds. A turnover for Homestead. And Northrop will have it a chance to tie with the 3 now. 3:58 left in the fourth. And a timeout called by Northrop. Spartans really starting to struggle down the stretch.
Yeah, this Homestead team, they led by 10 points sometime in the third quarter. And since then, Northrop, they've really taken over in this fourth quarter. Homestead, their defense just giving up a lot of big plays. That's where you really miss Jake Archibald not playing tonight. One of the team's best defenders. It's really tough. Homestead keep giving up a lot of baskets to Northrop. Homestead only 2 team fouls. Northrop 7 team fouls. So if you're Homestead, maybe try to be a bit aggressive. Drive in, but you got to hit your free throws.
3:58 left in the fourth. Northrop down just 3 now, trail by 10 towards the end of the third quarter. It's 55-52. Homestead the advantage. Northrop ball out of the timeout. Bruins a chance to tie with the 3. They've hit some big shots down the stretch, some wild shots. Ridley, Smith making big plays. Pettis inbound goes to Ridley, back to Pettis. Haynes up top for 3. He ties it up. Are you serious? Nick Haynes for 3, and Northrop has even things with 3:45 left in the fourth. Homestead ball. Inbound to Leeper, Simmons, now Rodenbush. Across half court, Rodenbush at the logo, over to Simmons left side. Left wing Simmons, over to Grinsfelder. Between the rings, 3:30 left in the fourth. Homestead, Northrop tied to 55. Handoff to Leeper now, left wing. Simmons at the logo. Into Grinsfelder free throw line. Guarded by Whites. In the paint, picks up his dribble. Hands it off to Goody now inside. He gets it blocked on the way up, and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow to Northrop, and a chance for the Bruins to take the lead now.
I have a feeling we may see them hold the ball a bit. This is the exact same situation from last season. It was a tie game late in the fourth quarter. Don't be surprised if Northrop holds the ball here. 3:16 left in the game.
Northrop ball, 3:15 left in the fourth, 55-50 ball game, or 55-55 ball game. Pettis up top, guarded by Simmons, gets the screen from White. Goody switches onto him, dishes over to Haynes, right side. He's trapped in the corner. Pettis now at the logo. Over to Smith, left wing, guarded by Goody. Pettis now, left corner. He's trapped by 2 defenders. And a timeout called by Northrop. Bruins not looking too aggressive right now with 2:55 left in the fourth. We're tied at 55.
Yeah, the Homestead defense played well on that last possession to force a Northrop timeout.
Homestead loses this one 66-64. Northrop, a hard-fought win. Homestead just wasn't able to get the big shots in the fourth quarter to win.
Yeah, the defense just gave up a lot of points in that fourth quarter. Like we said, Homestead a 10-point lead towards the final minutes of that third quarter. The Spartans, they made it very interesting. They were down by 7 points with just about 20 seconds left. Got it to within 1, but weren't able to hit a shot at the end.
Northrop holding on to win this one. Little scoring summary for the Bruins. Quaylen Pettis led him with 21 points to Noah Ridley with 11. Kamani Smith had 13. Nick Haynes with 8 to Quay White 4. Devin Bainey 6, and Jaden Schmenk with 3.